I think nobody's safe in the league, but I think he's going to do a good job. I think he's the player for the big scene, even though I thought he's in Dallas.
Innocent kid, same time, just ultra talented, whole world's in front of him. You want to protect people like that too, because I feel like sometimes people come at him crazy, which is unnecessary. And he responds in his own way, but he's not from America. He's not used to the degenerative culture here.
It's kind of a pick your poison when you have two, brainiacs when it comes to the game of basketball on the floor.
Some players are considered legendary in the electrifying world of basketball, such as DeMar DeRozan, Kawhi Leonard, Luka Doncic, and LeBron James. In 2018, moments from the NBA were immortalized in video games, showcasing clutch plays and unforgettable highlights. Many argue that LeBron James is the greatest of all time, with a career full of iconic performances. Luka Doncic has also risen to stardom, celebrated for his skill and composure under pressure. From high-flying dunks to game-winning shots, these players represent the essence of NBA greatness.
Luka that we all accustomed that's been watching over the last 7 years, especially you get that left side of the floor step back going, pretty damn dangerous. And
LeBron James is no stranger to clutch moments. He's built a career on them. He knows exactly how to take control of a game. So when he praises Luka Doncic's step-back three, he's pointing to one of the most lethal signature moves in today's NBA. Luka doesn't dominate with explosive speed or jaw-dropping athleticism. Instead, he controls the game with patience, footwork, and elite shot-making, especially when driving left. Defenders often know what's coming, but stopping it is another matter. Time and again, that move has buried teams in crunch time. And when a player like LeBron, who's battled against the greatest, calls Luka's game pretty damn dangerous, it carries real weight. His respect goes beyond Luka's highlight plays. LeBron sees him as a generational talent. In fact, in another interview, he even admitted how powerful it would be to share the court with a player of Luka's caliber.
Excitement of being able to add a caliber player like that, a generational talent like that to our franchise, it's something that's given me energy and.
When a four-time champion and one of the greatest players in history says Luka Doncic is giving him energy, it speaks volumes. Luka isn't just another star, he's a generational talent capable of shifting the balance of power in the NBA. He's the type of player franchises dream of building around, the kind who even excites LeBron James with the thought of teaming up. Their on-court chemistry has been electric, with LeBron comparing it to the dynamic connection between a quarterback and a wide receiver, and fully embracing that analogy.
I'm a natural-born wide receiver, and he's a natural-born quarterback, so it fits perfectly. I've been running the floor and running lanes pretty much my whole life, and he's been throwing great passes pretty much his whole life. So it's not hard to get a rhythm when it comes to that. It's just all about eye contact and him being the great quarterback like he is.
Think about that for a moment. LeBron James, arguably the greatest player in NBA history, is calling Luka Doncic the quarterback. That says everything about Luka's elite court vision. He doesn't just spot the first passing option, he reads the entire floor, anticipating how a play will develop before it even happens. His ability to thread impossible passes with pinpoint accuracy makes him one of the most gifted playmakers the league has ever seen. Now pair that with LeBron's ability to run the floor, finish at the rim, and dissect defenses. For opponents, it's a nightmare scenario. Playing alongside Luka feels effortless for LeBron. He's never had to work so little to get easy buckets. When Luka runs the offense, it often comes down to simple eye contact, running your lane, and trusting the ball will find you. That's the kind of chemistry LeBron is talking about. And then there's Draymond Green. A player who built his career on defensive grit, basketball IQ, and making life miserable for the NBA's elite. He's battled LeBron in the finals, shut down scorers at the highest level, and anchored one of the greatest offensive dynasties ever. So when Draymond speaks about a player with genuine respect, it carries weight. With Luka Doncic, he's not just giving credit, he's openly embracing the challenge.
Luka, when you get the opportunity to play with the greats, or play against the greats, you always want to see how you stack up, what you can do to stop them. So it's always fun competing against.
Coming from one of the greatest defenders of this generation, that's a massive statement. Draymond Green doesn't hand out praise easily. If he respects your game, it's because you've earned it. And that's what makes Luka Doncic so special. Draymond thrives on the chess match of basketball, figuring out what works, what doesn't, and how to disrupt elite talent. But even one of the smartest defenders in NBA history has struggled to crack the Luka code. Get physical. Luka absorbs contact and still finishes. Send a double team? He'll slice your defense apart with surgical passing. Force him right? He'll find another angle and beat you anyway. That's why Draymond views Luka as a true test, because elite defenders want to measure themselves against greatness. And right now, Luka is already there. Then there's Kyrie Irving, Luka's teammate and one of the few players who truly understands what it means to carry the weight of superstardom at a young age. He's lived in that spotlight, felt its pressure, and paid its price. So when Kyrie talks about Luka, his words go deeper than stats or highlights. They carry the perspective of someone who's walked that same path.
You know, an innocent kid, same time, just ultra talented, whole world's in front of him. You want to protect people like that too, because I feel like sometimes people come at him crazy, you know, which is unnecessary. So my goal was just to protect him, man, and that's why it goes deeper.
That's Kyrie stepping up not just as a teammate, but as a veteran leader who sees Luka Doncic's potential with rare clarity. Their connection goes far beyond on-court chemistry. Kyrie views Luka not just as a generational talent, but as a young man still learning, still growing, still navigating the path that comes with greatness. Kyrie knows that road well. Drafted first overall as a teenager, winning a championship alongside LeBron, and carrying the weight of sky-high expectations, he's lived through the pressure. He knows how lonely it can get at the top. That's why he stands beside Luka, to defend him, support him, and make sure he doesn't face the storm alone. Because what Luka is doing isn't just about scoring points or racking up assists. It's about carrying the burden of being the guy. And Kyrie understands that better than most. So when he says their bond goes deeper than basketball, he means it. He's making sure Luka never has to carry that weight by himself. And then there's Nikola Jokic. When he speaks about Luka, it hits differently. This isn't just one superstar praising another, it's one European icon recognizing another who's reshaping the league. Both Luka and Jokic entered the NBA with doubters. People questioned their athleticism, their ability to adapt, and whether their brilliance overseas would translate. Now, they stand as two of the most unstoppable forces in the game. Jokic sees something unique in Luka, an ability to shine under pressure, to deliver when everything is on the line. In a league where nothing is guaranteed, Jokic knows Luka is built for the moment. And when praise comes from someone who dominates with quiet genius, it carries a different kind of weight.
Nobody expected, especially not him. I think nobody's safe in the league, it seems like. But I think he's going to do a good job, you know. I think he's the player.
The phrase, a player for the big stage, is more than just a compliment, it's an acknowledgement that Luka Doncic doesn't just excel, he elevates when it matters most. Few players can dominate the playoffs at 21. Few can go head-to-head with established superstars without blinking. And even fewer embrace the spotlight the way Luka does. Nikola Jokic understands that. He knows some players shrink under the brightest lights, but Luka shines in them. And Jokic didn't stop there. In another interview, he doubled down on his praise, calling Luka a once-in-a-lifetime type of player. Coming from a reigning MVP and finals champion, that kind of recognition isn't handed out lightly, it's earned.
Of course, maybe, I think Luka is a generational player, generational talent. Luka, I'm not saying that it is not, I'm just saying I think Luka is somebody that we see somebody like him before who is affecting the game in so many levels, so many